Today on Low Carb with Jennifer, I'm going to show you how to make these easy 2-ingredient keto fries. Hey guys, welcome back to Low Carb with Jennifer. I've got a special recipe today. This is not my recipe. It is from the YouTube account Heavenly Fan, and it is some fries that are all the rage. So I was like, I gotta try this recipe. It looks super simple, and it only uses 2 ingredients plus water. You really don't count the water. So we're gonna start with, in her video, she makes an almond flour and a coconut flour version. And she shows them fried in her video, but she also gives baking instructions. So I'm gonna bake mine. I don't really care for frying because it's just messy. So we're gonna do the almond flour fries baked in the oven. So to start, we've got 100 grams of almond flour in this bowl, and I measured it out with a kitchen scale, 100 grams of almond flour. And to this, we're gonna add in 3 teaspoons of xanthan gum. So what the xanthan gum does is it really just absorbs the water, binds the dough together, and makes a dough. Because normally, when you add water to almond flour, it just, it doesn't really absorb the water. So we've got the xanthan gum in there to absorb the water. So we've got hot water here. So in her instructions on the video, she says 7 to 8 tablespoons, but in the video, she actually just added 6 tablespoons. So I've got 8 tablespoons of hot water, but I'm just gonna add 6. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this up, and I can see that xanthan gum already starting to work, and it's going to form into a sticky ball. And then she actually kneads it with her hands. So I'm gonna get all of this liquid absorbed, and then I guess I'm gonna dive in with my hands. Fun. It is going to be really sticky, but I mean, it's not too bad. Just wanna get all of the dough off of the sides. And she says just make sure and knead it for a couple of minutes to get everything all mixed really well. And it's sticky, it's just how hers looked in the video. So I'm just making sure that it is all mixed really well together. So then she put it in the bowl to rest. We're gonna cover it with a kitchen towel, and she let it rest for 15 minutes. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes, and now we're going to dump our dough ball, onto a cutting board. And you're supposed to use a rolling pin to roll it out. I don't have one, but hey, you know, I think this will work perfectly. So we want to, actually, I'm not gonna use this. I'm just gonna use this. You want to roll it out thin. You know, you want it to look like a French fry. So you wanna roll it out to where it resembles a French fry. I would say like a McDonald's size French fries. You don't want them to be too thick. And she also said you don't want it to be too wide, like you don't want your French fries this long, you know, obviously. So we're gonna roll this out. So I'm gonna make it, this is actually working quite well. So I'll be cutting my French fries like this. So then we can kind of, you know, keep it a good shape so we can get some good uniform size fries. This is working quite well. This is a little thick over here. I think that's pretty good. Okay. So I'm gonna bake mine. I've got the oven preheated to 400. I'm gonna get a little knife to cut these into fry shapes. So you want, I mean, they're gonna be, you know, delicate. So I'm just going to cut them nice and thin and then put them on this lined cookie sheet cutting. And the good thing about these, unlike real fries, if they come apart, you can just smush them back together. I'm gonna use a bigger knife. And if you don't have a silicone baking mat like I have, you can just grease your sheet tray with oil. This is not too hard. Okay, and the last step, she says to brush them with oil, generously with oil, if you are baking them. And then while these are baking, she also says that we need to flip them a couple of times. And these, you just bake them until they're crispy golden brown. So we'll see how long that takes. I'm guessing about 15 minutes or so. So with the oil, this is more like a 3-ingredient recipe. Not too shabby. Okay, my oven is not preheated yet, so I'm gonna wait till it's preheated. Oh, actually, yes, it is preheated. So we're gonna put these in the oven and keep an eye on them and flip them a couple of times until they're golden browned. Okay, look at this. Look at these fries. They're crispy. I haven't tried it yet. We did salt them with some kosher salt. Fine salt would have been better, but you know, did what I had. So let's try a bite. I've got some sugar-free ketchup here. That's really good. I mean, they're no McDonald's French fry, but they're pretty tasty. Definitely edible. So I would say, I'm trying to think of how many calories like this whole thing would be. It would be pretty calorie dense. But you could share these with another person. If you had a family of 4 that you were making these for, you probably want to double the recipe. And just keep in mind that these have 3 teaspoons of xanthan gum in them. Just keep in mind these have 3 teaspoons of xanthan gum in this whole recipe. And that's about 7 carbs, but 7 grams of fiber, so not bad. Almond flour, of course, has carbs. So anyway, okay. If you want the coconut flour version, go check out Heavenly Fan's recipe or her video. I've got it linked right here. If you're on YouTube, you can go and click this box and it'll take you right to her video where she made these fries, and she made a coconut flour version as well. So go check that out if you're interested in the coconut flour version. I highly recommend this recipe. It's really good and super easy. So check those out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.